Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Marketplace Cares, a show that's dedicated to highlighting the extraordinary men and women of Marketplace Sotheby's International Realty. We have offices in Woodinville, Bothell, and Redmond. Joining us today, we have a very special guest, a dear friend of mine, Jackie Stokes. Welcome, Jackie.
Thank you, Tracy.
And Jackie's been doing an incredible thing. She has actually been sewing face masks for people, not only people on the front line and first responders, but just people who generally need them to be able to go out safely outside. So we're going to talk to Jackie today, but just thank you for being here. Thanks for your time.
Of course.
So Jackie, why don't you go ahead and start off by telling us what inspired you to start doing this?
It was 3 days before the lockdown, and I knew that I jolted up in the morning and I'm like, I need to do something and I don't know what. And I'm not a morning person, so I was up early. And I was just looking online and I found make masks. And so I signed up to, get a mask kit, and I immediately got an email back from a hospital saying, we have overwhelming response. We don't need help. And I was like, well, I'm sure other people need masks. And then I got an email from Tim's mom, because his father is a doctor at a hospital in Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, here's a pattern, we're going to start making masks. And I'm like, great. So I got dressed and I'm like, if I'm just hearing about this, I know that everybody who actually knows how to sew is already going to be, 10 steps ahead of me as far as getting elastic and fabric. And so went to Joann Fabrics that morning, and rest is history, kind of.
So you just loaded up on fabric and elastic and supplies?
Yeah, as much elastic as I could, because when I got there, it was already empty boxes everywhere. So I was okay.
Yeah, they weren't only hoarding toilet paper and paper towels and sanitizer. They were hoarding elastic and fabric.
Yes. Yep.
And you mentioned, so I guess we'll backtrack just a little bit. So how many, you've been doing this since about 3 days before our shelter in place orders, is that correct?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. So about 44 days or so. In that time, how many masks would you guesstimate that you've made so far?
The first week, I was that's all I did. And I made 50 that week.
Oh my God.
And I sent them off. And then I think I've made probably around, I tried to add it up, around 116. But, we had spring break, the kids here. And so, and then I started to making custom masks for friends as, surprises. And they take a lot longer. So,
we'll post a picture of that. You made these awesome, Washington State University, cougar masks. I think you've done husky ones. You've done Oregon duck ones. How long, just for a non-custom mask, how long does it take you for each mask to make, do you think?
Well, before I was using the HEPA filter, so easy. But now I'm just putting the HEPA filter in. I'm putting a little, bendable garden wire in to go around the nose. So it probably takes me around 8 to 10 minutes, because, it's hard to estimate, because I do an assembly line process of getting them in the stages of, moving them down the line.
Smart.
But,
that's smart.
Yeah.
And so what goes into your mask? You mentioned that in the beginning it was just probably cloth and some elastic, but now what's involved in it?
So I'm using a HEPA filter, and then I sew in a flexible garden wire to go around your nose, so it's form-fitting, and then elastic for the ears. I did actually learn how to make bias tape, which before this, I didn't even know what bias tape was. I actually didn't even know how to sew before this.
Okay, so that's what I was going to get to. I was shocked. And actually, Jackie is the reason that I thought to do this show, because we were talking and I knew she was making masks. And I said, it's so incredible to learn about all of our colleagues' hidden talents. I had no idea you knew how to sew. And Jackie says, well, actually, I didn't know how to sew. I taught myself how to do this in order to do this project. And I was flabbergasted at that. I thought that was the coolest thing. And that's not something, I know you, Jackie. I mean, you're such a humble and amazing woman. And I know you would never, blast that out to everyone to say, look what I'm doing, but you deserve to be recognized for this, and that you didn't know how to sew prior, and now you've gone from, you know, basic fabric masks to now HEPA filters and garden wires and custom. Like, you're incredible. You absolutely need to be, you know, recognized for that.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just trying to do whatever I can, you know, to be able to help in this time.
Oh, you're incredible. Do you have some examples of masks that you can show us that you've either made or are making?
I do. Here's a kid one.
Oh, cute. Oh, those are adorable.
Getting very creative with the elastic these days.
Yeah, talk to us about some of your supply chain issues and elastic sourcing that you've been doing.
So looping hair ties together has been a big one. And then when I run out of that, one of my favorites is the braided headband. Super flexible, cut the ties, and I just doubles the amount of elastic I have for each one. These sporty headbands are great. Stocked up, went to Fred Meyer, grabbed them all, cutting them and then sewing them to 1/4 inch to be able to use. Yeah.
That's a lot. And who are you sending these masks to? Where are these going?
So they're going to either Oregon, the hospital in Oregon, or honestly, I'm getting a lot of requests from friends, which I love. They're like, hey, you know, my mom works at a hospital. I have a friend who's an essential worker. She's a funeral home director. So I made masks for her and the groundskeepers and everyone there.
Wow.
And yeah, so a lot of essential workers that are actually personal friends. But I mean, Tim ran into someone at the grocery store and wearing a mask, and she's like, where did you get that? And so he got her information, and I actually just shipped off a couple masks to her, just to someone that he met, just so I can, you know, help.
Oh, you're amazing. So you're just doing this all for free, just giving the masks away. And
oh yeah, I'm like, yeah, not charging. I just want to help.
You're amazing. You're incredible. I love you so much. Well, I really appreciate your time. And if someone would like a mask, is there any way? I'm going to actually have both of our contact information down below. Is it okay for someone who's in need or knows of someone in need to reach out and contact you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thanks. That's awesome. Well, Jackie, thanks again for your time and for being on today. Again, I just, you know, all the men and women in our brokerage are so incredible. And there's a lot of us that are, you know, doing things that, you know, they probably wouldn't ordinarily go and run and tell the world about. But I absolutely know that you are someone that needed to be highlighted and recognized. So thank you for all that you do. Continue up the good work and stay safe. And we will just continue doing these shows. So thanks everyone for watching another episode of Marketplace Cares. We will continue to keep bringing you these amazing stories. And I just hope everyone stays smart, stays strong, and stays home. So until next time.